Even if you select a template or choose a theme from Google, you can still customize every aspect of your site, including its layout and its colors. I mentioned earlier that there's basically 3 buttons you'll mostly use across the top here. One is to edit a page, one is to create a new page, and then the More button is where you'll find those global site settings and a lot more features as well. So I'm going to select the More button and go down to Manage Site. I land in the general area, and this is just for your information where you could quickly create a copy of your site, publish it as a template for your students to use, or delete it right here. But I'm going to skip down to the bottom 3 areas here. These 3 features in the bottom corner are where you will go to customize the appearance of your site. The first thing I'm going to do is to change my theme. So if you selected a theme and it wasn't quite as interesting as you'd hoped it would be, you can always go in and adjust the theme here. I'm going to select Micro Blueprint, and I can preview the difference. And if I'm happy with it, save my changes. To return to your site, you simply click your site name. And this is now what my site looks like. If you want to do more than simply change to a new theme, but rather customize an existing theme, I'm going to go back into that More menu and again go back into Managing My Site. And this time, instead of selecting the theme to change, I'm going to go into Colors and Fonts. Down below in this window, there's not a lot of room here, but you'll see a preview of my site. And as I change items, it will reflect those in this preview window. So if I wanted a different entire background color for my page, I would select this top option. It doesn't really highlight itself very clearly. Select the Custom button, and I will choose black. So now the page behind my site has changed to a black color. I can also choose a background image. And you can go through and select different colors until you find one that you like better than the default that came with the theme. Similarly, you can adjust fonts as well, so I can see the title font down here. If I select title font and choose custom, I can select a different font from a rather long list. Again, my changes are reflected in the preview window. So this is an area where you can go through and customize several different things. One thing I will point out is the navigation menu over here on the left is referred to as a sidebar gadget. So if you wanted this navigation window to have a different background color, you would go into Sidebar Gadgets, select the background color, choose Custom, and select a color. This is one of the areas where you can also upload an image. I'll go back up to Site Header Background Image. The header is the area at the top of the page, and I'll select Custom and add a file. I'll choose these handprints. And Google has automatically repeated that one image several times. Now you can choose not to repeat it. Under the repeat option, you'll see I could say none, which means I'll just have one little image in the left here, or I can repeat it all the way across the top. This has made my header font a little bit harder to read, so if I want, I can go up to my title color and make it something darker. When you're happy, save your changes. And to go back to your site to preview it, click on the name of your site. So this is what I have so far. Now the handprints are kind of cut off a little bit. I would like kind of a larger header area. And so now we'll go into the third area, which is changing the site's layout. So I'm going to go back into the More menu, back into Managing My Site, and I'll visit that third area, Site Layout. You might have noticed a little search bar across my site. I'll go back to my site and you'll see that little search bar over here to search this site. If you don't like that location, or if you want to get rid of it, go back into Site Layout. This is where you can configure that search box. And if you don't want it, you can just uncheck Enable Search and you won't have that taking up space in your header. I'm going to go in and change my site layout. This is where I can adjust the width of the site. I'm going to stick with the default here. And it's also where I can adjust the size of my logo. So I'm going to select the pixels option and actually put in the height that I want for my header. And if this is too little, I'll come back and make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to click OK, click Save, and go back to my site. Much better. And so as you can see, if you use the More button, go into Manage Your Site, and use one of the 3 options down here at the bottom, you'll be able to customize just about every aspect of your site's appearance. So take a few minutes right now and tweak at least one element of your site's appearance, maybe a font, maybe a background color, or maybe even a custom header image. Try it out so that you at least have a little bit of experience with manipulating your site's appearance.